All right, guys, we got to talk about this. So we got this story in The Atlantic. Cuba is next. Big story here from VM Salama. Tormented generations of American presidents as U.S. and Israeli missiles fell on Iran this weekend, just weeks after Donald Trump ordered a lightning strike that put Venezuela's president in a New York City courtroom. Trump is already eyeing his next target, Cuba. Quote, "The president is feeling like I'm on a roll, like this is working. One administration official told me." Holy fucking shit. So understand what they're saying here. When Trump got the Grand Ayatollah, he thought, oh shit, I fucking nailed this shit. So he brags about abducting Maduro illegally. Now he brags about murdering an 86-year-old Grand Ayatollah illegally, right? But he looks at it like, oh, I got a great talking point now. We got Maduro. We got the Ayatollah. He thinks like, oh, I'm freaking it with this shit. And so now he's going, let's do Cuba next. Let's do Cuba next. Who's going to stop him? Pete Kegsbreath, the Secretary of War Crimes, is he going to stop him? Is Marco Rubio going to stop him? That's what Marco Rubio dreams about. Cuba being toppled. You have to understand something, guys. These people are completely and utterly unhinged. Netanyahu is trying to create a greater Israel. Trump is trying to create the technocracy, the technate of America, okay? He wants to expand the footprint of the United States and go down in history as an expansionist president. He wants to take Greenland. He wants to take Panama. He wants to take Cuba. He wants to take Mexico. He wants to bomb Mexico, okay? You need to understand, red alert, they're making the Fourth Reich. That's the way to conceive of this. They're creating the Fourth Reich. At the same time they're expanding, what else are they doing? Building concentration camps. They're building concentration camps, trying to send immigrants there, trying to send dissidents there. Remember NSPM 7, they consider anybody who's not in agreement with MAGA to be terrorist or terrorist adjacent. Okay? This is what's going on here. People need to wake up. Guys, for the love of God, they have to impeach. They have to impeach. They have to hit him with the 25th Amendment. They have to do something. You cannot sit there as this literally demented elderly psychopath goes from country to country and just kidnaps leaders, bombs capital cities, steals their natural resources. Like the fact that we still have anybody on the Democratic side who's not like all in with bringing down this criminal regime is unacceptable. Every Democrat needs to be in favor of fighting these people. And it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. I don't know how else to say it, but are we going to heed this warning for fucking once? Because, you know, people like me, once upon a time, were warning about Venezuela. We're warning they were going to do it. Nobody fucking listened to us. People like me were screaming at the top of our lungs about, hey, they killed 130 plus innocent fishermen, and they're still doing it in the Caribbean. We talked about that. Nobody fucking listened. We warned they were going to bomb Iran the first time. Nobody fucking listened. We warned about Somalia. We warned about Nigeria. Nobody fucking listened. Nobody listened. You know, people actually thought after the so-called 12-day war, oh, it's over with Iran. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I got a bridge to tell you if you actually think this thing is over. And so here we are, and we're right back in hell, y'all. We're right back in hell. They're saying Cuba is next. He thinks he's on a roll. Democrats, for the love of God, I'm going to tell my audience, I'm going to beg my audience, you guys need to call your congresspeople, you guys need to call your senators, you need to say he needs to be impeached, Trump needs to be impeached, or he needs to be hit with the 25th Amendment. And when they're out of there, we need criminal charges against these people. This cannot stand. This cannot stand. How many, what does he need to, does he need to bomb and overthrow? He's already bombed, he broke a record. He already bombed, I believe, 8 countries in his second term. 8 countries. That's a record. In one term, bombing 8 different countries, that's a record. Okay? What's he going to have to, does he have to overthrow 8 different governments? Or does it have to be double digits? At 10, is 10 the magic number where people wake up and realize this isn't normal? This is the Fourth Reich. This is fascism. This is imperialism. This is expansionism. This is colonialism. This is literally like a war for power and resources to steal more wealth for the Epstein class. When will they realize that? When will people wake up and realize that? That the Epstein class are your fucking enemy. They're your enemy. It's the billionaires. It's the warmongers. It's the fascists. They're all of these things. There is no, like, don't meet them halfway. Don't negotiate. Don't, like, they gotta go. They gotta go. Never in a million years did people think we'd be this far down the rabbit hole of fascism this quickly, that things would degrade this fucking fast. I was sounding the alarm arguably more aggressively than fucking anybody. And even I didn't realize how quick everything would come unglued. But here we are. Here we are. So listen to the threat. When he says let's do Cuba, he means let's do Cuba. When's he going to do it? I don't know. But holy shit, we're looking basically at global war. Global war being led by a bunch of fascist imperialists. By Netanyahu, who wants to create a greater Israel and steal the entire Middle East. And by Donald Trump, who wants to create the technate of America. That's where we're at. And so everybody's got to wake up. Everybody's got to get involved. Everybody's got to address this because the damage that's being done here is becoming preposterous. You can't say to your kids in the future, your grandkids in the future, like, oh, I didn't know it was this bad. No, you fucking know. Everybody knows. It's just, do you care enough to actually try to do something to stop it? Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.